rank.
Is he spitting?
Spitting?
Oh, he's spitting at them. Is that the sign?
Fine.
Spit!
What is up? Welcome into Adjust the Ranks, a part of the fantasy football universe, the double FU, the FU times 2, of course. We got Ryan Pros _FF with us today, as always. Ryan Prosick right here. I am Jeremy Schulman at FF _Rebel, and today we are going through week 4 rankings for you. We're getting everything together here at the FFU. We're doing stuff on TikTok. We're doing lives about 4 to 5 times a week. We got the weekend shows flowing. We're doing well in our fantasy leagues, and we're trying to build stuff. So thanks for coming in and joining us. First of all, Ryan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I can't wait to get into it this week. We're starting at those sample sizes, and I'm excited.
100%. We will be talking a lot about some rookie tight ends, and not those rookie tight ends, but those rookie tight ends. Spoiler alert, you'll have to wait a little bit later in the show for that. But we're going to talk a little bit about the game tonight first. Jamie, what is up? Thank you for joining us as always. But before we do all that, we're going to do this. First of all, we got a Discord. It's in the description of all of our videos. It is on our link tree. So if you go to Twitter and you click the link there, you can find the Discord. You can just join up, talk ball with myself, with Jesse, with Ryan, with SC, with Dynasty Dogs, Rich and Mike, with Spencer Buckley, with a bunch of other content creators and good friends of the show. Jump in, talk ball just like this at any time with us. Of course, if you've been living under a rock, you don't know about Fast Draft, you got to go sign up for it. It's underdog, but faster, basically. That's what I like to say about it. But they have a bunch of in-season weekly contests that you can join to get your DFS on. If you haven't joined yet, go there now, join up, get a free $25 on us. If you deposit $25, just use promo code FFU. That is there for you to take advantage. Ryan, we got a football today. I think it's Arizona at Seattle. I think that's what we're looking at. So we got the Birds at the Birds. What are we thinking here? I think let's start on the Arizona side because it's the most interesting, because it's Trey Benson season. James Conner, unfortunately, going out for the year in his age 30 season. He's up there. So we hope he comes back. We don't know if he's coming back next season. But that doesn't matter for this season. This season, it's Trey Benson and pretty much nobody else. Mari DiMarcado is pretty much nobody else. And then, of course, we have the passing game. I see people selling MHJ. He had a couple of terrible drops. We know Kyler isn't reliable. We know we love Trey McBride. What are your thoughts about, first, this Arizona offense in general for fantasy, but then tonight against a pretty good Seattle defense?
I mean, what is there to say about Marv that hasn't been said in the past, 3 weeks? Those drops, I mean, the one in the end zone wasn't as bad as the one in the middle of the field. That was pretty bad. I don't know what's going on with him, but Arizona's offense doesn't encourage me outside of Trey Benson.
I agree with you. I have to defend MHJ on that particular drop because he was standing there for 5 seconds waiting for the football. It was a horrible throw by Kyler Murray because he was so wide open. MHJ had to stop, turn around, and try to field it as a punt. Just throw this ball like a regular goddamn NFL quarterback, and MHJ probably catches it. Was it a bad miss by MHJ? Sure. Was it a tough catch in the end zone, like you said? Sure. He does have to catch those balls, but Kyler Murray's a liability as well.
Yeah, I have to move him down. This game screams 17-14 to me.
Yeah,
it just.
I agree.
I think it's gonna be a defensive game, so I gotta move him down. But man, the Cardinals' offense looks pretty rough. I mean, I like Trey McBride and Trey Benson, like I said, but yeah, I can't get behind anything else, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's flip to the other side of the football, and then we'll kind of just generally wrap up and talk about these guys. Well, we got Seattle. We know JSN is an absolute volume monster at the moment. We don't really have anything going on at tight end, but Kenneth Walker is healthy. We'll have to check the reports on Zach Charbonnet. Do you have any insight on Charbonnet's status? I didn't see anything today.
I think he's still questionable. I didn't see much.
Yeah, so let's assume Charbonnet sits out for a second week. That's a really, really interesting thing for Kenneth Walker. Of course, the Arizona defense has gotten better, but they're not as good as certainly I expected. With a defensive head coach who's I rely on Ryan for this all the time because he's a former Eagles head coach. An Eagles fan has bounced out on me. What the hell's the name of that Arizona head coach?
Gannon.
Yeah, Gannon.
We don't like him. He interviewed for this job during Super Bowl week and then got absolutely torched on defense. So we don't like him. We just don't.
Well, but he keeps getting torched on defense for no reason. And Will Campbell will have to check Will Johnson. I keep saying Will Campbell. That's my Pats guy. Will Johnson also doubtful. Didn't play last week. And he's really one of the only things that they have good going on defense here in Arizona. So what do you think about Seattle's prospects? Darnold, the running backs, JSN, and the wide receivers.
I still don't like Kenneth Walker's snap share. Even last week, it was 30%. I mean, of course, they blew him out, and the game was over within 30 seconds.
Yeah,
it was. I blinked and it was 21-0. But it's difficult to rank him this week, especially with Charbonnet. Charbonnet logged 2 full practices this week. I don't know how Full is doing a lot of heavy lifting this week with some players. I don't know if he's coming back or not, but JSN is impossible to fade. He's mini Puka at this point. I mean, target share is all his, and sky's the limit for him, even against tough defenses like Arizona.
100%. Let's assume that Will Johnson, got it right, is out. Arizona is giving up the 12th most fantasy points to wide receivers. That bodes well for JSN. They're going to move him around. He's going to be in the slot, but he's going to be a problem all night for Arizona, especially in Seattle at home. But Arizona also gives it up to the running backs, and we know that Clint Kubiak wants to run the football with Kenneth Walker and whoever else is back there. If Halani's back there, he's not a flex for me tonight. I'm just going Kenneth Walker. Like you said, JSN is a must start. Really nobody else. If you have to fire up Sam Darnold, I guess you have to, but I would probably wait on better options. In super flex leagues, you're obviously not starting him in single quarterback. The last thing I want to say about this game, the Seattle Seahawks, stingy to wide receivers, giving up the most fantasy points through the first 3 weeks to tight ends. Trey McBride set to go off in this one. That makes us feel good, doesn't it?
No, I mean, it always makes us feel good. You might catch another touchdown this week.
Yeah, love it. A couple of comments here before we get into the rankings. What is up, JJ? JJ, the bet. Oh, man, I was tracking this, JJ. I was tracking this bet that we had that you actually set up for us. It was anytime touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, he had multiple, so that smashed. I think it was Rome or Judkins. We got both of those, of course. It was Davante Adams. That was a great call as well. But then, JJ, you got us because you put a fourth in there. We only needed 3. There were only 3 of us in the stream, but he put 2 of SCs, and unfortunately, I forget the one that missed. It was a good call. Oh, it was a Chase Brown. And we absolutely saw Cincy just completely fall apart out of nowhere. So, yeah, that was heart-wrenching. Almost had the bet there from JJ.
He's a parlay crusher. That's Chase Brown. Yeah. He got me too this weekend. I did first quarter catches for some running backs. I did TreVeyon Henderson, Breece Hall, and Chase Brown. And, of course, Chase Brown was the one to get me. It was a 9-1. It would have been nice.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Do we just talked about this, Jamie? But Jamie had put this in the chat a few minutes ago. Does McBride score a touchdown? You better believe it. Absolutely. Ernest Jones, a great middle linebacker, but they don't really have anything else there because they're rushing the passer. And the safeties just aren't up to snuff, certainly to stop Trey McBride. Need a big game from Kyler. Yeah, it's not going to happen, man. It could happen if he gets there on the ground, but like I said, Ernest Jones, the pass rush, I mean, they're all going to be focused on limiting Kyler. Trey McBride will get his, but I think Seattle is going to absolutely cut off everything else. Seattle wins this game. The question is by how much, I think. Arizona is probably going to experience a free fall pretty soon. Scott says DK Metcalf or Michael Pittman. How do you bench Michael Pittman at this point? Ryan, let us know. I don't even know who Pittman's playing. I know Metcalf's matchup is not ideal for me. I'm probably going Pittman. I'm going to look him up in my rankings here for you, Scott, real quick. It looks like I have Pittman. So Pittman is at the Rams. It's not so bad. And then DK is at versus Minnesota at home. Yeah, there's no way I'm playing.
Oh, they're in London.
About
they're not
5 or
home.
6 spots. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, and that's the other thing. No, they're not in London, right? They're in Dublin. So that's the thing is like
they're overseas somewhere. It's 9:30.
You have no understanding of how travel affects these guys. If there's anybody who I'd bet it doesn't affect, it's probably the monster physical freak that DK is. But Pittman against the Rams, we know the Rams are going to score on Indy. I love Michael Pittman. It's Pittman easily for me. How about you?
Yeah, I had Metcalf higher, but I got to move Pittman up. Honestly, it's just one of those things where DK. You see a separation score. I don't know how much I believe buy in all that, but he's dead last. Yeah,
he doesn't need it.
Dead last.
Doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it, but it's gonna be tough against Minnesota, who it was Jake Browning and company, so
yeah,
they're one spot apart for me.
Love it. Are you saying sit Marvin Harrison tonight? I don't know. Should you have started him in any game this season? That's really the question I have, Scott, is look, should you sit Marv? No. Would I advise sitting Marv? Yes. Right?
It's tough. I mean,
it is tough.
He's the guy that when you sit him, he's absolutely going to torch the defense. It's
for sure.
It's just bound to happen, but he's wide receiver 26 for me, so he's in start territory. You can't rank him much lower than that.
Yep. Wide receiver 10 in week 1 against New Orleans. We know they don't have much of a secondary to speak of. 5 receptions for 71 and a touchdown. The last 2 weeks against Carolina and San Francisco, injured, right? 11 targets, 5 receptions, 71 total yards, and no scores. I'm sitting him.
It's so tough.
I'm sitting him. I don't know if you have that luxury, but if you do,
I don't.
Yeah.
In 12-man in 12-man leagues, you don't. In 10, you might, but
JJ made 2 trades. He traded Bijan, Jaylen Warren for Achane, BTJ, and Dobbins. I'm assuming redraft. Don't have a tight end, so then I traded BTJ for Tyler Warren and Pickett. Oh, I like that. I like that second deal.
And the first one's a little rough in my eyes.
Agreed.
The second one is a lot better.
I don't mind getting Achane back, but yeah, Warren is above Dobbins for me. I just don't think Dobbins lasts the entire season. And RJ Harvey looks great every time he touches the football. So that's my concern there. Bijan's a monster, but the Atlanta offense hasn't been getting it going. So if you can, really this trade is Ryan, BTJ and Jaylen Warren for Achane, Dobbins, Tyler Warren, and George Pickens.
I like it a little more. The second trade, the second trade's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here.
It's a smash. It's a smash, that second trade. So we don't love the first one, but well done getting it back. Parlay Seattle first half, JSN over 70 receiving yards in the first half. That's tough.
A lot, but I like it.
That's a lot. I like it too. That's a lot, but I like it for all my JSN bags, JJ. Damn it, JJ. No, it's all good, man. We appreciate you. Last one before we get into it. In the Harrison League, you got Puka, London, Myers, and Igbukah. Yeah, you're sitting Harrison this week. You're starting Puka, you're starting Igbukah, and then between London and Myers, Ryan, who are you starting?
I think I might. It's Drake London. Or wait.
Yeah, against Washington. Myers against Chicago. 2 good matchups.
That's Drake London. I'm way higher on Drake London. I think this offense is bouncing back.
I agree. That was some sort of weird, freaky alternate universe.
Panthers own them.
Well, in division, right? In division? Is it?
Yeah.
I assume it is.
Yeah.
The freaky things happen in division. You got to sit MHJ, and we're going Puka, Igbukah, and London there. Noted Jacoby Myers hater myself. So terrible game last week. Terrible game. Not on him, just on the volume. Yeah. Bad feeling about Bijan. It happens. Jeffrey, what is up? Week of wide receiver strong at RB. Traded Alvin Kamara and Pearsall for Flowers and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's doing his thing. Looks good doing it. The problem for Tyreek Hill is he's in the Dolphins offense, and Tua looks horrible when he isn't looking decent. I was thinking Pearsall will drop off. Possibly, news just broke that Brandon Ayuk is not close to a quote, not close to a return. That's from 49ers Brass. Apparently, go check that out on Twitter, search it up. I saw it about 5 minutes before we started this show. Ayuk isn't close. We know Kittle will be back in a week or two, but no one's healthy there right now. It's Pearsall and nothing else. So I get it. And I like Zay Flowers. He's probably a 1-for-1 for Pearsall at the moment. Pearsall is the higher upside for scoring a touchdown. Tyreek Hill is the wild card here. And if you're strong at running back, I do not mind the deal. Ryan, would you trade Alvin Kamara and Pearsall for Zay Flowers and Tyreek Hill?
Sure. I mean, Zay Flowers had an off week. He's getting the target share still. I mean, Mark Andrews showed some life, thank goodness. But I think I'm open to it. If you're strong at running back, Kamara is not that big of a hit, and Flowers is an upgrade over Pearsall. And Hill's a nice piece there.
Let's, how dare you? Let's remind ourselves that Zay Flowers is always this guy. He's more boom and bust than he should be. Weeks like he had in week 3 and weeks like he had in week 1 will happen throughout the season. We just do not know when they happen. So this type of player, Jameson Williams, unfortunately, this type of player is really the one that irks me. They go off 5-6 times a year, and then they do nothing else. Zay Flowers has never scored more than 5 touchdowns, Jamie. No, I don't like Zay Flowers. That is Ryan. But Zay Flowers fooled me. He fooled me. Week 1, he went off. I thought he was breaking out in year 3. Yeah, a little too early on that. Scott says, who wins Monday night, Jets or Dolphins?
I mean, the doubleheader that everyone wants to watch, right? Goodness gracious.
Who you got?
I've got to go with the Dolphins.
Yeah, same.
They look good against the Bills. I mean, by default.
I'll say this. I will say if Justin Fields plays, the Jets win. I will say if Tyrod plays, the Jets lose. I don't think Tyrod's that big of a downgrade, but Fields with the legs, you just can't replicate that, nor can you defend it. That is what that is. All right, let's move on. We got some graphics this week, Ryan. Ooh. Let's get into our quarterback rankings. Had to be a homer and put Mac Jones up. So let's see if I can nail this. Look at that. Oh, I didn't have it set up right. We're on wide receivers. I'm scrolled down. Week 4 rankings. And we got to zoom in and everything. Almost had it.
Oh, you're spoiling it. You're spoiling it, man.
Almost had it. Almost had it. All right.
There we go. All right.
Zoom in, zoom in. Okay. So here's the top 12 for this week so far. Again, these are if they play. You'll see multiple quarterbacks from multiple teams. Jaden Daniels is the obvious one here right at the top at 6. If he plays, he is number 6 for me. If he doesn't, I got Mariota. You can see him at the bottom at 14. They're playing Atlanta. Shouldn't be too difficult, but we'll see what Daniels is able to do if he goes. So you can see the 1 through 12 there. It's Allen, Lamar, Hurts, Maye at 4, Love at 5, that juicy Dallas matchup. Daniels, Herbert, Caleb, Bo Nix, Daniel Jones at 10. Justin Fields, again, if he plays at 11, he is still in the protocol, but he is practicing. Weird one for Fields, monitor that. And Patrick Mahomes at 12 against Baltimore in what could be a shootout. We'll see. Ryan, what do you think?
I have Caleb Williams a lot higher this week. I think I'm sold. The Raiders are a great matchup. I have him at QB3. I think he's been breaking. He was QB2 last week with the 4 touchdowns and almost 300 yards
against Dallas.
Yeah, but the Raiders aren't much better. I'm going to come back to earth on Caleb Williams next week. Fair. I don't know what his matchup is, but he'll probably be in that 8 to 10 range next week for me. But right now, he's a fantasy stud. You must start him. I don't see Jared Goff here. I have Jared Goff in my top 12. I think the implied total is just a little too high for me to leave him out of my top 12. I think it's 27.5. They're second to the Bills, who have 31.5 point total, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are 2 big differences there. And I don't see Daniel Jones. I have Daniel Jones at 8.
Yep. Daniel Jones at 8. I don't mind it. Tell me how high you are in Love this week against Dallas.
He's in the same spot as you have him. He's at 5 for me. I wanted to put him higher, but Herbert and Williams have juicy matchups as well, and Josh Jacobs could get it going on the ground.
Is it Drake Maye? I don't know what I said, Scott.
You
Apologies.
said Mac Jones. You said Mac Jones.
Did I really say Mac Jones? Oh, I'm still burned from that pick years ago. I can't believe I said Mac Jones. Drake Maye, gotta love it. Drake Maye at 4 seems aggressive. It is aggressive. Ryan, talk to me.
I'm at 7, so like it's the Panthers. They're not great. I mean, they looked great last week, but it's the Falcons, so I don't really.
It's not the Falcons. It's Carolina in New England.
Yeah, well, no, they played the Falcons last week and looked really good.
Yeah, true.
That's what it's. I think that was an outlier performance. They own the Falcons for some reason, and now the Falcons are putting their play caller on the sideline. I don't know about that one, but
yeah. Well, 2 things about the Carolina defense. Number 1, J.C. Horn was back last week, so that certainly helped them a ton. But number 2, from the jump this season, they've had a front and a pass rush. They drafted at least 2, maybe 3 guys on the line, but it's Umelin, it's Scorton, and there's another guy that they drafted, but those guys aren't even playing because DJ Wonham and the group, everybody's healthy. They're crushing. Now, I haven't checked the, practice reports and who got injured in week 3, but at least in the first few weeks, they have been getting after the quarterback, and it showed up last week. At least the Patriots have Will Campbell, got the right rookie Will there. Will Campbell, who's protecting well. We got Drake Maye, who runs around a lot more than Penix, and Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know if you saw the practice highlights of TreVeyon Henderson running first ahead of both Ramondre and Antonio Gibson. Doesn't mean he's going to be the guy this week. I don't know. I hope so. But if all of that comes to fruition, we're going to see a lot more passing out of the Patriots because it's going to be TreVeyon anyway. Carolina has a stouter front, and certainly the way Hunter Henry's playing, Stephon Diggs is yet to get involved, but he's getting healthier week by week. And TreVeyon, I really think that Drake Maye kind of runs around for his life and has a good day, but also is able to pass the touchdown. Is for aggressive? It is. I don't care. Jeffrey says, I have Lamar as my starter and drafted Maye. Yeah, you gotta play Lamar. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Lamar or Maye?
You're playing Lamar. I mean,
you have to.
I think that game's gonna shoot out. I think you can't bench Lamar. I have the same thing in my league, my 12-man as well, Lamar and Drake Maye, but yeah, I'm not even considering sitting Lamar.
100%. You got to play Lamar. Love Drake Maye, but yeah, it's Lamar. Let's go to the next group. This is 13-24 and a couple of extra names there at the bottom. Stafford, Mariota, if he plays. We'll have to see what happens there between him and Daniels. Kyler, Purdy, if he plays. Goff at 17. It's Cleveland. I know you can't run on these guys. You can pass on them better, but they still got a really, really good secondary over there. Geno, Tyrod, if he plays. Baker, if he plays. Baker has a biceps injury. He's wearing a sleeve, but he is practicing, and he gets Philly. Mac Jones, if he plays at 21. CJ Stroud, Dak Prescott against the worst defense imaginable for quarterbacks, Green Bay, and then Sam Darnold in Arizona tonight. Sam Darnold may be a little bit low on him, but that is what that is. What do you think about 13 through 24?
I mean, if you're low, then I'm low as well because I put him in the same spot at 24.
Yeah.
Penix is the one I have way higher than you this week. I don't like it, but with everything associated with it, I just think it's a bounce back matchup for them. He played bad. I think he's going to play better. I'm at 15. It might be a little too high, but I'm vibing with the matchup a little bit. And I think he's better than what he's shown. Minnesota you give him a little bit of a pass there. Last week, you don't give him the pass, but it's tough.
Agree. Dan Quinn, still have a little bit of faith in there, especially with how bad Atlanta looks, but there's no way the Falcons are going to get shut out twice in a row. So I agree with you. And then the rest of the group here, Penix at 25, Young, Wentz, good matchup for Wentz, but obviously he's, we saw that he had a good game last week. I think he was like QB 16 or whatever it was. So nothing special there, throwing to the tight ends over everybody else. Spencer Rattler, Joe Flacco, Tua. I might want to move Flacco and Rattler up. We'll see if I can. Tua, Trevor, Jackson Dart, super low. Jake Browning, Aaron Rodgers, Cam Ward. Remember, we have some duplicates in here, which is why there's 35 guys at the moment. We'll see who ends up playing. Ryan, what do you think?
Oh, man. Jackson Dart got thrown to the Wolves.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really hate this for him.
It's awful.
I don't like it at all. I couldn't wait another week. Play
Or
New
3,
Orleans.
7.
They play Philly
mean-
after that, and then Denver. So there was no great time, but like,
Yeah. But that's the
man,
thing, right?
I don't like it.
That's the thing is you couldn't wait another week because Russ was throwing hospital balls up there. He's not throwing to Malik Neighbors, your stud wide receiver. He wasn't throwing to Wandale, who, absolutely crushed the week before. I know it's a different matchup and things change. And Scatabo was going off, but Russ was just kind of just lobbing these balls up and throwing interceptions for no reason. At the end of these last couple of games, it is ridiculous. So you got to do something. I don't know why Jameis isn't playing. I have no idea. Like you said, it's a little early for Dart, but and some bad matchups. But like you said, next week is nice. Is it New Orleans?
Yeah, but then it's Philly, Denver.
And then it's horrible. The next month is real bad for Drake Maye. Hopefully he doesn't die. Russ was gonna die, so maybe that's why they made the move.
It screams that Brian Dable wants to save his job. He's cooked.
Well,
I know he's going to ruin Jackson
Dart.
Dart's career over it, but that's a story for another day.
Unless Jackson Dart comes out and absolutely balls. That Giants offensive line, not terrible. Not terrible. They looked decent last week. They were holding up for the ghost of Russell Wilson. Scott is up in New England. TreVeyon's going to start, get a larger role. I'm going to wait for the confirmed reports for that, Scott. But yeah, that's where I'm going with it too. If that's the case, Drake Maye to the moon this week. Jeffrey says, wasn't benching, asking about a trade. Yeah, trade Drake Maye, but wait until this week. Look, if you get an offer, trade him before the game. But I think he has a good week, obviously, this week. I would trade either. I would trade either one. You obviously get a lot back for Lamar. I'm starting Drake Maye in my home league redraft, doing very well in that league. I drafted Maye and Trevor. Trevor's been dropped in my 1 QB league. No need to hang on to him. But yeah, it's Drake Maye or bust for me there. I would trade Lamar, keep Drake Maye. I don't think the drop off weekly is that much considering what you can get back for Lamar. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just, is your league going to give you what you want? They see you have 2 quarterbacks and they're like, I think I could get one on a discount here and not offer them a fair trade. So
yeah,
it's tough, but I'm open to trading either if you get a decent return. If you get a high-end wide receiver one for Lamar, I'd probably do it. But
yeah, 100%. Marcus Mariota revenge game against Atlanta. Yikes. But Mariota's look good. We know he's going to run the football. He's probably going to run for a touchdown. Dallas is a top 5 matchup. I got the guy facing Dallas at 5, Jordan Love. The problem is we don't know who his weapons are. Tucker Kraft, hopefully 100% healthy at this point, so he can do everything. Looked good enough last week, but he was looking outstanding in the beginning of the season. Dallas is probably the best matchup for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's not even a question. I mean, we saw what Russ did. We saw what Caleb did. Jalen Hurts struggled a little bit. Yeah, it's such a great match. We got to target it every time. So
I would say one thing about Dallas is you just need to check if DaRon Bland is going to play. He hasn't played yet this season. He's very good. They gave him a contract extension before he went out for like a month with an injury. If DaRon Bland plays, he's going to man the slot. So that's something to keep in mind with your guys. That's potentially shutting down Golden or whoever is taking over those Jaden Reed snaps. Is it Wicks or is it Golden over there? Maybe it's a combination.
I didn't get to watch much of that game. I was watching the Eagles come back last week, and then I flipped the channel. I'm like, wait a minute, did the Browns just win?
Yeah, block field goal and all. But yeah, that's the one thing you have to look out for. Otherwise, you're not scared of it at all. You're not scared of it, even if plan plays. Winston on the sidelines to keep morale up. Yeah, I feel that. Offer Lamar and Ferguson for Lamb and Kittle. It is a lateral move, except you now have a great wide receiver.
And he was 0 points for a while, though.
Yeah, between Lamb and Kittle, that's true. I mean, Ferguson's absolutely going to smash the next couple of weeks while Lamb is out. But if you're 3-0, I do it.
Yeah, I don't know. You're eating zeros. I don't like eating zeros.
I don't mind. I don't mind it if I'm 3-0. You know those guys are going to come back and
See,
smash.
CD Lamb went from, hey, he's going to play this week to, hey, he might go on injured reserve to, hey, this ankle might be really bad.
It should. It's going to be 4 weeks.
It's probably going to be 4 weeks.
Yeah. Shame. Yeah, that's the issue. Plus, guys coming off of injury, you never know how they're going to respond when they're going to be 100%. So just keep it out. Without Lamb for 4 weeks, yeah, that is the issue. I agree. But if you're light at wide receiver, I don't mind the move. Let's move on to running back. Ryan can tell me how crap my ranks are. They weren't that bad last week. I think it was in the 70s out of 250. So we're up to like 130. We'll get there. The first few weeks, always a little crazy with the rankings. Top 12 at running back. CMC number 1. How could you not do it? The volume is crazy. The matchup is excellent. Bijan at 2. JT at 3. Now, forget that. I don't care. I had JT at 2 last week. He was 1. I'm putting him at 2 again this week. In fact, I'm moving James Cook up to 3 and Josh Jacobs up to 4. We're hating on Bijan on this show, but I can't move him beyond Breece Hall.
Wow, you're just pummeling him down the rankings. Wow.
Yeah, all the way to 5. Breece Hall, I'm aggressive on Breece Hall, but that Miami defense is horrific. I'm expecting Tyrod. If it's Tyrod, Breece should have another good game. Achane at 7. Marion Hampton at 8. Bumped him up against the Giants. Not scared of it. Going to get all the volume. I have him over Saquon. We talked about it last week, Ryan Vita Vea. You just worry about that interior. I think this game is going to be a lot more low scoring than we like it to be with these two offenses. I also pushed Jahmyr Gibbs down to 10 again against that Cleveland run D. He can get there in the receiving game for sure. Just a little concerned, slightly concerned about these guys. More back end RB1s for me this week. Mason at 11, Genty at 12. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to be the high man on Marion Hampton. You have him in the same spot as me. So there goes that one. I still have Gibbs rated highly. I think he's going to get there in the receiving game. The team total, like I said, is way too high.
For sure.
I have it McCaffrey, Cook, Taylor, Robinson, and then I have Jacobs down at 7. I just
don't mind it.
It's one of those things where who's going to get the work in Green Bay. But besides that, I'm a little higher on Derrick Henry as well. I have him at 9. Like I said, the game script looks good there. I'm surprised we both have Ash and Genty as high as we do. I mean, that Chicago run defense is not great. I wanted to put him higher, but the role in the first couple of weeks, I just couldn't.
Yeah, it's not even the role, though. It is the role, but it's also, because Zamir White is playing significant snaps for some reason. But it's also that offensive line. I shared this stat the other day on TikTok Live, but I forget who put it out. It was like Scott Barrett or Ian Hartitz or one of those guys who puts out these interesting stats. It was Ashton Genty, 146 rushing yards on the season, or 144, whatever it is, 148 yards after contact. So basically, this guy's getting contacted behind the line of scrimmage on practically every run, or certainly a lot more than we want to see. Gotta hate that. So that's a tough one. Let's run through the rest of these running backs here. Henry at 13, couldn't push him too much further down, but I do not like that KC matchup. Everybody's still healthy as far as I know on that front, and they're going to kind of pull all the stops out to stop the run game, I think. Dobbins at 14 against Cincy. It's a juicy matchup, but RJ Harvey is coming. I have no doubt. I think he breaks out big this week, but Dobbins still gets his. Bucky at 15, Kyron at 16, Indy stouter than they should be, especially that front. Even with Kenny Moore out, I think Indy will still be okay on D. They look good so far. Kenneth Walker at 17. Don't love the matchup, but it's not bad. Trey Benson at 18. Those guys go tonight. Chuba, RJ. You see how high I am on RJ this week. Chase Brown, TreVeyon Henderson. Got to bump them up. Travis Etienne and Cam Scatterbo. What do you think about 13 through 24?
Yeah, I'm looking to where I have RJ Harvey. I have RJ Harvey down at 40.
How dare
He's great. He's great. I just don't think he's going to touch the ball. Sean Payton doesn't like it.
That's the question.
Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's just one of those coach things. But everything else, we're pretty close on. I mean, Breece Hall is the one I have lower than you. I have him at 14.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne's the guy I wanted to put lower. At 21, you have him at 23. I think Tootin's coming quicker than RJ Harvey is rising up the depth chart. So that's a tough one. And I wanted to get higher on TreVeyon, but I couldn't do it. Man, practice highlights aren't enough, I guess. I don't know.
I hear you. Chuba at 19 is too low. What do you think?
That's where I have him, so I don't
Yeah.
I don't agree. But
Well, who am I putting
have
him above? Like, who would you put him above on the list? Maybe Bucky, but then not
Kenneth
above
Walker if
Walker.
Charbonnet plays. That's about it.
It's
I
tough.
mean, you could argue Trey Benson, but like it's tough.
Well, the issue is Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle has been taking all the goal line and short yardage stuff. And, Rico Dowdle's a good back. I don't know why they would go away from it. Still love Chuba. But if he's not scoring the touchdowns, it's a problem. Chuba at 22. Yeah, I got him at 19. I get it.
There's one guy I have way higher than you do. I have Quinshon Judkins at 16.
Yeah.
I don't like the offense, but man, that role and his talent is undeniable. I mean, I had him lower against Green Bay, and he smashed. I mean, he did get there on a goal line interception by Jordan Love.
No, this is an excellent call. I'm moving QJ up now. You know what? Everybody gets their way. He goes above Chuba, so Chuba's at 20 and Quinshon now at 19. But I can't push him.
Now he's even lower in Scott's mind.
Couldn't do it. A couple of quick questions here before we finish out. Running back, we got Incognito. Love the spelling. Trade away Lamar and Flowers for Kyler, MHJ, and Saquon. No. Would you do this?
No, but I want to. But no.
Yeah, I mean, you're
doing
to
be a homer, but I can't.
Kyler doesn't give you consistency. Lamar gives you high-end consistency. Kyler just does not bring that to the table. I mean, Lamar's out here throwing for 4 touchdowns, in half of his games. It's dumb, but he's the best. What was the stat that Joe Buck threw out on Monday night last week? He's got the best passer rating in the history of NFL. The history of the game.
Throw the ball away.
The best passer. Yeah, because he doesn't have to. Because he can scramble around behind the line of scrimmage. But how many touchdowns did he throw? He looked pretty damn good.
He looked pretty good, but the team lost by 10 points.
Well, I mean, that happens sometimes for sure. Taylor, number 1, almost couldn't get there.
I couldn't get there against the Rams. They look good against Saquon.
Yeah, Cook might get pulled. Exactly. I have Ray Davis a little bit higher as a result of this. I think Buffalo absolutely smashes, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Corum has been very efficient. I agree. Kyren, it's just really hard to get off of him. This is a similar situation to what we were just talking about with Dowdle. Corum is a little bit more involved than we want, but I still think it's Kyren's backfield to lose more or less. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's tough though. Rico Dowdle is last in rushing yards over expectation, and then Blake Corum's averaging 7 yards a carry, so I think it's a little different there. But it's gonna be hard to keep Blake Corum off the field.
Yep. And I do agree with this, but Scott, who are you throwing the football to? Are you throwing it to Amari DiMarcado? Maybe sometimes, but are you throwing it to Trey Benson? Yeah, you're throwing it to Trey Benson. Trey Benson gets at least 4 receptions in this game as well. Book that. Check the over/under. But you can book that for sure. I think he gets it done, gets the yardage you want, and gets in the end zone. So that's why I like it. Are we worried about DeAndre Swift with the quad? Yeah, that's why he's so far down. I really like him. But yeah, is he a little more injured than we want him to be and lack that explosiveness, which is really the only thing he's got going for him? I'm a little worried. What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Kyle Nungai might take that job. I mean, he hasn't looked the best, but he hasn't looked the worst either. I mean, that one run was pretty bad where he went backwards, 8 or so yards?
Yeah.
Running around. But they need a running back. They were going to take TreVeyon. We all know that. And that offense would have been so much better because of it. But who knows?
We're not looking to trade him, but if you're telling me that I can get Trey McBride in a tight end premium league, or Trey McBride or you could tell me I can get Puka, I can get a high end asset and keep Drake Maye and only lose about 5 points per game, but gain it in somewhere where my team is lacking. I don't mind doing it. But of course, if you could trade Drake Maye for someone who's significant, maybe Keenan Allen in redraft,
maybe
maybe a little bit more.
If you could get someone like, I don't know, Quinshon Judkins, I don't know, for Drake Maye.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not looking to trade Lamar, but yeah, I agree that Lamar and Drake You got to do something there. Try and make a move if you can. Let's talk about some of the rest of these guys. Cam Scatterbo moved down to 25, Ryan. That's a tough one, but a tough matchup for him. He's just an NFL player. He's a baller. Gotta love it. Jaylen Warren at 26, even with the volume, but against a stout Minnesota defense. And of course, they are on the road in Dublin. Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift with the injury still. Javonte Williams, been great, but against Green Bay got torched by Judkins, but this Dallas O-line is not exactly the Cleveland O-line. So Javonte all the way down to 30. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Big Bill, Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt. He's my first Washington Commander running back, but they're all right around here. Monungai, Monty against Cleveland, of course, and then Isaiah Pacheco. What do you think about this list?
I mean, it kind of looks similar to mine. There's a couple of guys we have a little different. I do want to move up Ollie Gordon because he's getting that work now. I have Tootin a little higher. He got the goal line work. I have Tootin 10 spots higher. Yeah. Okay. I think he's coming for ETN. He's not coming for ETN's job. ETN looks great, but it's coming for that split. So that's the one thing I have different than Monungai. I have lower than you.
I get it. Well, putting Woody Marks over him is egregious. So I'll agree with you there. We'll go Bayshell 36. Yeah, it's good for now. We'll see if Charbonnet plays.
I think he's not taking his role, but he's taking a major role in the offense. And Quinn Allen is getting a lot of third down snaps. I don't like that for either of those guys.
Agree. Any other names here? You see Stevenson all the way down at 43. I still think he's involved, but he's not the one. You got DeMarcado at 49. Brian Robinson Jr., this game could heavily go in San Francisco's favor early, and we could see B-Rob late like we did last week. Ford and Sampson, the 50s. Any names here for you?
Where do you have Woody Marks at?
He's up here.
41. Okay. I didn't see him when I looked the first time. I didn't know he was on there. So that's in line with what I have him. I was just curious. I need to move Ray Davis up, but other than that, I like it.
The last 2 weeks for Woody Marks, not only is his role increasing, but I have been shouting from the rooftops to get this guy off of waivers. Woody Marks, if he's still on waivers for you, I don't care. There's a couple of guys I'm getting. So no matter the league, no matter the short benches, one of them is Woody Marks. I just don't think Nick Chubb holds up. He's out there on grit at this point. Like, he's good enough for sure, but he's a shell of his former self, unfortunately. And he's out there like, those old running backs do. They're like lumbering, and he's quick enough. But I just don't think that holds up. I don't think his body holds up for him, unfortunately. And Woody Marks just looks more explosive. Of course, I think he's just going to get more role. They need him. They need more explosion in that offense. So Woody Marks is a guy I'm picking up no matter the league, half PPR, full PPR, whatever. I'm getting me some Woody Marks. The other guy is Oronde Gadsden. I'm just picking him up everywhere. I don't care.
Yeah, I pick him up too, but I already have 3 tight ends in my one league. It's long story, but Woody Marks
I've got a league.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you.
Oh, Woody Marks isn't getting an interest from anyone. I picked him up this week on waivers. I was 11th out of 12th, so he's just not getting any hype when he should be. I don't get it.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I get it if you're in a half PPR league and got short benches, but I'm in a half PPR league with short benches. I picked him up anyway. Oronde Gadsden is the other one. In this particular league where I have Marks and Gadsden on the bench, I'm 3-0. So I have Trey McBride. I have a lot of running backs, and I only have 6 bench spots. And I got 2 defenses rostered already because I'm holding the KC defense for next week. I don't care. I still have Woody Marks and Gadsden. I think I didn't drop Diggs. I almost did. Or did I? I might have dropped Diggs for him for Gadsden this week. So, hey, it is what it is. We ride, Ryan. We ride. Speaking of riding, let's ride over to wide receivers, and then we'll get to a couple of these questions quickly. But first, let's talk about our top 12. We got Puka, number 1, JSN, number 2. Really hard to argue with those, I think. Amon-Ra, I want to push him down. I will once. I'm going to push him down 2 spots to 5. Rome. We ride with Rome at 3 against Las Vegas. He's the dude. Touchdown, at least 1 touchdown in every game. Garrett Wilson with the crazy volume in a crazy good matchup at 4. Amon-Ra now at 5. Nico at 6. Called out by L'Jarius Sneed.
was gonna
Good
put him
luck,
higher 'cause of that.
L'Jarius Sneed. Nico at 6, AJ Brown at 7, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase. We'll see how those guys go with their particular situations, be it quarterback. Well, both of them with quarterback issues right now. And of course, Neighbors with the toe, and whatever else he's got. Davante Adams showed up with a hammy. He's at 11, and Drake London at 12. What do you think of the top 12?
Look, man, I looked at his ECR. I'm like, I'm gonna be the high man on him this week, and you just denied that one.
Who?
I also have Romo Dunze at 3. I couldn't deny it any longer. The Raiders get shredded by wide receivers.
Yeah,
he's talented. Shane Waldron, what are we doing? How does he still have a job? I don't
we'll
know.
talk about
That's another rant for another day as well. But by Brian
from
Thomas and Travis Hunter later in the season, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So Rome at 3 for me. I wanted to put Nico Collins. I have him at 7. I wanted to put him higher than 7.
Yeah.
The L'Jarius Sneed call out.
Oh, he's going off.
Irresponsible things are going to be done on Sunday.
Good. And a divisional matchup as well. You gotta love it there. We hope Davante is okay. Monitor that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't push Puka any higher, but
No.
You push him higher in the flex rankings, but I have Davante Adams at 11 as well.
You certainly can't push Puka any lower as well. He's the number one guy. I think there's no doubt.
No, not at all. And I have Drake London at 6. That's where we differ the most. I think it's a bounce back week. Corner is not a bright spot for the Commanders if you've watched them at all. It's pretty rough. Marshawn Lattimore is just not himself anymore.
Yeah.
And they don't have the guys behind him. So I think Drake London's going to eat. It's the bounce back spot I'm confident in.
Well, I could do this. Jamar Chase with his quarterback issues. Man. Jamar Chase with his quarterback issues and against Patrick Surtain. I mean, QJ. Quentin Johnson was lighting up Surtain last week. But, I think Chase obviously does a little bit less. Justin Jefferson, I'm also concerned about, though. Carson Wentz loves him some, third string tight ends there. It's a mess, but whatever. Let's go on to our wide receiver 2s. I got Zay here at KC. I want to move him down because we get those Zay games sometimes, so I'm going to do it. A Mecca above him, even in a tough matchup. Who cares? Only game in town right now. Chris Godwin's not going to play. Stop kidding with us, Tampa Bay and the NFL. Ricky Pearsall at 14, Jacksonville. Zay at 15. Tet at 16. We expect Christian Gonzalez back. If he comes back, I think that lowers Tet's ceiling there. New England hasn't really been great on D, though, so we'll see. And then Carolina put up a 30 burger, of course, last week. Tyreek Hill catching touchdowns. Why not? Deebo. Terry McLaurin probably not playing. Cortland Sutton, Lamb+Kittle, Kobi Myers. Really don't like Jacoby Myers, but gets a really good matchup. Brian Thomas Jr. at 22. QJ at 23. I can move QJ up. And Michael Pittman at 24. I can move him up too. Screw you, QJ. All right. So these are my guys. Here's my final order. What do you think?
I'm a lad believer this week, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm at 13. The Giants get eaten up in the slot. I think it's his time. They're going to get him the rock. I can't believe he's third in targets through 3 weeks.
Crazy.
I can't believe that. I see Scott's comment in the chat here. I put I have Ricky Pearsall at 20, and it just feels so low, but he popped up on the injury report with that knee.
Yeah.
Well, what is it with the 49ers? Everyone but McCaffrey's getting hurt. What's going on here? I don't know if Jawan Jennings is going to play either. If he does, that lowers his ceiling a little bit, because in the one game they played, Jennings was the first target instead of Pearsall, but he's still been great. And those are our biggest differences now that I'm looking at the board. George Pickens as well. I'm 10 spots higher.
Oh, I love that. You referenced what was it? We talked about McLaurin being out. Scott referenced McLaurin being out as well. Yeah, we're assuming that McLaurin getting a second opinion. I don't know if that second opinion came in yet on his quad. Yeah, who knows what's actually happening there. Move Deebo up past Tet. I'm not going to do it, but I get it. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No.
The volume is there for Tet. The volume's crazy.
It's because there's no one else there. I mean, Jalen Coker is going to cut in that a little bit when he comes back because he's a competent option. Xavier Legette, what was his stat line for the first 2 weeks? Wasn't it 11 targets for -8 yards or something like that?
Ugly.
It was something ridiculous.
someone was doing some wide receiver charting. I don't know if it was yards per route run or whatever it was, but it's Xavier Leggette's name. Right next to it is Brian Thomas Jr.'s name. So let's do that rant right now, though. Let's talk about Shane Waldron. I had no idea, because he's not an offensive coordinator even in the league anymore. He's a passing game coordinator. I had no idea that Shane Waldron was part of the Jaguars group. That makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Shane Waldron last year or 2 years ago destroyed JSN's value. We see who JSN is now 2 years later with competent coaching. Obviously, Waldron, OC of the Bears last year, somehow he got another job there and destroyed Caleb Williams, who is absolutely balling now. He's got a lot of work to do, and he's still raw, but Shane Waldron apparently wasn't even showing up for film sessions. Then, of course, Rome Odunze is balling. He is like, what, wide receiver 3 on the season right now?
Shane Waldron's former wide receiver.
Yeah, let's do that, actually. Let's do that. Shane would look 2 and 3 this week. Unbelievable. And unfortunately, Brian Thomas Jr. all the way down here at 24.
And then you can't forget about the guy at 26 as well.
Well, this is what it is. Liam Cohen coming out and talking about Travis Hunter not being given more work, instead giving the work to Parker Washington. 11 targets last week when De'Ami Brown went out. Parker Washington is a good, serviceable NFL wide receiver. He is not Travis Hunter. And so I can understand why maybe the rookie is taking time to develop. But, say that. Don't say, no, his role is not going to change, and don't provide any context to that. Parker Washington, probably a professional wide receiver. He's looked good throughout. He is no Travis Hunter. This offense needs a spark. This team needs a win.
Yeah. And you're also forgetting about the guy at 26 is also a former Shane Waldron guy as well.
He's too low. I'm too low on Keenan this week. I think he's going to absolutely crush.
It's, there's been 2 wide receivers that have caught touchdowns in all 3 games. Can you guess who they are?
Wait. So I know it's Keenan. I know Keenan. I know it's Rome. And the third one, hang on.
Pretty sure that's the list.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
No, I said I might have messed up and said 3, but it's those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Former Shane Waldron people. And I had this talk in a Discord yesterday. If it keeps going bad for Jacksonville, the offensive coordinator is going to get scapegoated, and guess who's going to get the promotion?
Good Lord. There's no way.
It's going to be Shane Waldron. I guarantee it. Unbelievable. I don't get it. I do get it. I don't want to go on a rant, but I do get it. I understand why this happens. It's how the league is.
Yeah.
I'll keep it short like
the
that.
The real question is, by some grace of God, if Shane Waldron is let go, can the team recover it for redraft for this year? Can the weapons recover? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I have Brian Thomas lower than you do. You have him at 24. I'm at 31. Yeah. I know the role's still there, but man, it just looks bad.
Where do you have Travis Hunter?
Let me scroll a little bit.
I'm scrolling. 48.
Yeah. We're pretty close. The fact that we are 3 weeks into the season and you have Trey Tucker above him, I can't. I understand why. I have him right below him, but the fact that we're even having this conversation, it's ridiculous. What are we doing?
I agree. I would bench him. Yeah, you could bench him this week, to be honest.
I just shake my head and look at this screen in disbelief like I'm in the office or something, because I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
I was tempted to put Matthew Golden above him.
Yeah, you probably should, especially against Dallas this week, man. Speaking of Dallas, let's get into
I'm going to do it. Why not?
Let's get into these wide receiver 3s. We got Pickens, Allen. Love Allen this week. Pickens, the matchup is tough, but of course you can't run on Green Bay, so you might as well pass. DK Metcalf, Marvin Harrison Jr. That's kind of wish casting there with those 2. Jameson Williams, it's more wish casting, unfortunately, but he could definitely find his way against Cleveland. If anyone can, he can. Devonta Smith at 30. Chris Olave. He keeps getting the volume, but just stuck in a tough offense, but very steady for you in PPR. He's a every week flex, if not, wide receiver 3 for you. Darnell Mooney, DJ Moore, Matthew Golden. I just love Moore's matchup. Mooney came in and got 11 targets himself. T. Higgins at 35, Jalen Waddle 36. What do you think?
Yeah, we're kind of similar here. Have we checked if Chris Olave is not Jarvis Landry? Like, have we checked that? Because, like, it kind of feels really similar. I mean, I want to move Olave up higher. They're 16.5-point underdogs, so that means Spencer Rattler's going to throw the ball 50 times, which
For sure.
kind of scares me a little bit, but it's so bad there in New Orleans with the offense. But at least Kellen Moore has, figured it out and funneled the targets to Juwan Johnson and Chris Olave to make them usable fantasy assets. So
Agree.
Got to tip the cap there. I have Darnell Mooney a little. I don't know. You higher than I do. I wasn't looking. I think I want to move him up too. I'm gonna move him up ahead of Brian Thomas. I'm just gonna move everyone ahead of Brian Thomas this episode. We're gonna keep going.
I do
down
wonder
4 spots already.
I do wonder if Chris Olave and in that game, the New Orleans Buffalo game in Buffalo, I do wonder if Buffalo just shuts it down. I mean, Scott was saying this earlier in the chat. You were saying this earlier. It's the reason we have Ray Davis a little bit higher this week. I just wonder if Buffalo just shuts it down, works the clock, and gives a little bit less to Chris Olave. He's still probably going to see 10 targets, but I think we saw him last week. I got to pull it up. I think he had like 11 or he had double-digit targets and just 4 catches or something like that. So the Rattler target isn't necessarily a regular target. Oh, no, last week he was good. I was thinking of somebody else. 14 targets, 10 catches, but just 57 yards. 7, 6, and 10 catches over the last 3 weeks, 54, 54, and 57 yards, no touchdowns. This is the problem. Chris Olave getting the volume, so he's steady for you. But this offense and Spencer Rattler just have a lot. I'm going to be nice. A lot of development to do. Let's move on. Here's the rest of the list through 50. Any names stand out for you here?
I'm looking around. Where do you have Tyquan Thornton?
Yeah, I'm not a Tyquan Thornton guy. As you can see, I am a Hollywood Brown guy over Tyquan Thornton. Thornton got it done last week. I just don't think it looks pretty. I'd like to see them utilize Marquise more in his role. I just think that was kind of a short thing. He got praise from Travis Kelce. He's, getting the touches, but I do think it funnels back to Marquise Brown a little bit.
Yeah, I'm at 39 though. I'm high on him this week.
Yeah, see, Worthy is here. We'll see if Worthy plays. I think he should. Tyquan at 59.
Yeah, I don't think Worthy plays, and I like the deep passing against Baltimore. I mean, they're susceptible to the deep pass. I think they're still first in 20+ yard passes for the defense. So I have them higher, but I get it, especially if Xavier Worthy's coming back. I just don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see how it goes. That's all we're going to do at wide receiver. We're going to get into tight end. We're running a little long, but first we're going to get to all of your questions here, and we'll clear the questions in the chat. We talked about DeAndre Swift. We talked about Lamar. I don't think we talked about this from Jeffrey. Oh, we did. We said, oh, no, here. So I offered Lamar and Ferguson for Bowers and DK or Sutton. I go Sutton over DK. Should I ask for Collins or St. Brown? So Lamar and Ferguson for Bowers. No, you're not going to get Collins or St. Brown there. If you're getting Bowers, I would ask for Sutton. That's pretty fair. What would you do? Would you trade Lamar and Ferguson for Bowers and Cortland Sutton?
Well, first I'd ask for Nico Collins or St. Brown.
Yeah, you got to ask.
Because I'm extremely greedy.
That's not going to happen, though. That's not happening.
It's not going to happen, but I mean, I'd ask for Sutton, and I'd probably end up taking it, but it's so tough. I think Ferguson's set up to smash. He's tight end 1. I mean,
yeah.
So
he is, tough. And he's going to be for a couple of weeks for sure. So, yeah, can you get Bowers and Sutton? Yeah, can you get Bowers and Collins? I don't think so.
No, you're not gonna. But I'm asking for it.
Yeah, you could try. You could try.
I'm setting the tone. That is what I'm doing this fantasy season. I am going to people with offers, and I am setting the tone.
Scott says, stop trading Lamar. Instead, trade Drake Maye. Drake Maye for Davante Adams. Which side do you want, assuming you do not have Lamar? So in a vacuum, who do you want here? 1 QB.
That's Davante. He's looked great. Puka's just looked better, which you can't really fault on that. He looks like the best wide receiver in the league. So I'm taking Davante. He's still getting enough of the targets. That offense is a funnel. That pass offense is Puka and Davante, and I'm okay having the second option there. So
agree. Now in the injury protocol, so just check in with him. It's some sort of leg issue, hammy, I think, for Davante, picked it up in practice. Jamie says he's got a parlay. Seahawks lose, or Seahawks are going to. Oh man, that's it. The Seahawks are only losing 1.5 points to the Cardinals. Yeah, so I agree with that. I think the Seahawks beat them by a significant amount. Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown, gotta love it. JSN over 6.5, gotta love it. Kyler under 211, that's a tough one, but I like it. Lock of the week, Benson under 59.5 rushing yards. I think those last two are tough for me, Jamie, but I get it. Ryan, what do you think?
It's really tough. I mean, if Kyler's going to be throwing the ball, if we think the Seahawks are going to be as good as they are tonight with JSN and everyone,
yeah,
I like it though. I mean, it's going to be hard for both of them to go under rushing, but I know that multiplier's got to be really big. So yeah. I'm okay with it. It's just I see them having a little success moving the ball down the field.
Yep, I love that. Again, we talked about benching him. The Money Mark says, hey, what is up? What is up, Money Mark? I have a trade that was proposed to you right now. 12-team half PPR. I trade Breece and Boutte for Davante Adams and B-Rob. Go get Davante Adams. The question is, where are you, Money Mark, with your running back situation? If you can afford to lose Breece, who's pretty solid RB2 for your squad, I don't mind getting Davante Adams. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, everything I just said about Davante, just copy and paste it, and he could easily be a wide receiver 1 the rest of the way. I think I'd probably have him at like wide receiver 9 or 10 rest of the season if I was doing those. But so I like that if you're strong running back.
Fair. Mega Brick, what is up? Full PPR, sit 2 of the 4. QJ, Jamar, Olave, Metcalf. This is where we are with Jamar Chase. I think you got to start him. It's really tough. We just talked about Olave. QJ, remind me, who's QJ playing?
They are playing, oh gosh, the Giants. He's got a good matchup.
Yeah, you have to start QJ. He's looked phenomenal, catching passes over Patrick Surtain last week. He
was cooking him. If you watch the tape, he got him on a double move. I couldn't believe it.
QJ has arrived. The problem is volume, because they've been chucking it, but how long can they continue to chuck it and feed every single mouth? Now you're going to get Gadsden more involved. Really, you don't have room. Who's it coming from? So I think the volume on QJ goes down, but I think that's okay. He can still survive it. But yeah, I'm starting QJ this week. Probably want to start Olave, but I'm going to start Jamar. I'm going to go QJ Jamar. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you there. I think it's going to get better for Jamar. I mean, the Vikings Isaiah Rodgers had the best game of all time. The 99.9 PFF grade with 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like that defense was just flying. They're going to get a lot easier matchup. I mean, actually not a lot easier against Denver, but
not a lot.
I mean, if QJ was putting good tape on Patrick Surtain, I think Jamar is going to as well.
Yeah. I think what Denver has gained in Hufanga, in terms of the run game and what he's able to provide, they've kind of lost a little bit in the pass game there from his position. So those guys are a little bit out more on an island than they used to be.
Well, so he'll be away from Surtain if they want him to be.
Agree. This is Jamie talking about the defense for Seattle. CMC, 22 attempts, 69 yards. Jaylen Warren, 14 attempts, 48 yards. Kenneth Gainwell probably didn't have much there as well. Week 3, Kamara, 18 attempts, 42 yards. Do I think Benson is better than those guys? He's better than Warren and Kamara at this stage. Yes. As a runner, I think so. But do we think he gets to, 60 yards rushing? It's a decent line. I don't think it's a lock of the week. My main issue, Jamie, is with the Kyler under 211, but I'm not a Kyler fan either, so I don't mind the bet. Benson is better than Jaylen Warren. Sorry, said it.
It's tough because Jaylen Warren has like the prime opportunity. I was just writing about him for Dynasty trade suggestions, and he's had top 15 in targets and carries. So he's the monster workload. Yeah, it's just
100%.
It gets really hard for him coming up. So
it does.
But he's got the workload.
And a second-year Benson over a 30-year-old Alvin Kamara. Yes.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara was fantastic. Still good, but I'll take Benson. Money Mark, Saquon, Charbonnet, Tootin, Gordon, and JCM trying to trade Breece. Are you trading Breece for Davante if this is what you're left with at running back?
I don't like it, but I'd still say yes. I think Corey Krosky Merritt will be okay for you. It's just tough.
Yeah, maybe Tootin
Actually,
comes in.
looking at his wide receivers that he just posted, I think I'm going to hold. I think I'm holding.
Oh, here we go. Let's post them. London Tet, Worthy. London Tet, Imanor. Shakir can be serviceable.
I think I'm holding.
Yeah, but the question is, right, because I think it's the same situation at running back and at wide receiver. The question really is, who do you think scores more points? Is it Breece or Davante? Who gets there this year?
It's probably Davante, but I like his depth at wide receiver a little more than I like his depth at running back.
Agree. I really want Davante too, but I agree with you. I am going to hold as well. Let's see. Bunch of handcuffs and stashes. Yeah, hey, you do what you got to do to win the game. You'll get there. But yeah, hold Breece. I think Davante, but we'll see. I don't mind the deal either way, but we're both going Breece. Jonathan, what is up? Hill or Sutton in PPR this week? First of all, let me tell you who they are playing. Tyreek Hill is playing the Jets. Cortland Sutton is playing Cincy. Two good matchups. I'll tell you where I have them ranked in just a second. Ryan, where do you have them ranked?
I have Cortland Sutton at 18 and Tyreek Hill at 19.
Nice. I have Cortland Sutton at 19 and Tyreek Hill at 17. So I go Tyreek, you go Sutton?
I think I might flip that. I mean, Sutton looked good last week. Yeah. It's really close. I mean, Tyreek looked like his old self against Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to flip. I'm going to go Tyreek.
Two good matchups, really close. We're both going Hill on this one. Appreciate you, Money Mark. Appreciate the subscription as well. We're also going live on TikTok, so if you don't want to miss those, make sure you follow us over there. We're live on TikTok almost every night. Jesse Moeller is over there tonight. He's going to go live 30-ish, 45-ish minutes before game time tonight to give you some insights there. So make sure you follow over there as well. Appreciate you, Money Mark. Let's get into our tight ends and finish this up. Oh, man, dude, I haven't even been doing the graphics. What am I doing? Right. So we did running backs.
Look at that. That looks so nice.
We did running backs. These are original, my man. I worked hard on these. This is my wide receiver rankings.
You got to flex them.
Yeah. So we'll get into our tight end rankings. And by the way, this guy is number 3 for me this week. Spoiler alert, don't love that. But let's throw up the tight ends. Oh, he's not number 3. He's number 5. Oh, my goodness. That's because he plays tonight. What am I doing? No, absolutely not. I'm going to put him 2. He's number 2. Tucker Kraft is number 1, though. That matchup is phenomenal against Dallas. They cannot stop anyone. Tucker Kraft is the engine that runs that offense. I think Jordan Love is going to crush. He's my QB5. If he gets to QB5, Tucker Kraft has at least 1, if not 2 touchdowns in this game. Give me all the Tucker Kraft at 1. Trey McBride at 2. I don't know what the hell I was thinking at 5. I was thinking that good Seattle offense, but Trey is going to get there. Brock Bowers at 3.
And everything.
That's it. Juwan Johnson at 4. I got Juwan over Tyler Warren this week. Just that Buffalo defense. They can't stop anything. Jake Ferguson at 6. Just a tough matchup against Green Bay. They are good, but Ferguson's going to see all the volume he can handle. Then Hunter Henry. Hard to move him further down than 7. Not a Hunter Henry truther. He's a boom bust guy, but against Carolina, he's going to get there. Once again, Zach Ertz, Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta, Dalton Kincaid, TJ Hockenson, and the rest of the blah. What do you think of this top 12 at tight end?
Bear with me. I'm probably getting the brunt of allergies here, but I have Jake Ferguson at 3. I think it's a bad matchup, but man, is he going to see 15 targets? Like almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know my top bet from that game is as well. Just going off topic here. It's Micah Parsons' sack, of course, because you know it's going to happen. But revenge game there. I have Bowers
what his
at 1.
over under is. What is Micah Parsons over? 0.5. Oh yeah, you got to bet it.
It's over, but so you're not in the Mark Andrews train again, are you? He gets shut down by KC.
This is the problem. He's right there off screen at 16. But this is the problem, is that KC has been better. Those Chanel has evolved. Nick Bolton is there. McDuffie is one of the best cover guys, and it allows them to focus on in the league, and allows them to focus on everywhere else. So yeah, there's really, Zay Flowers is going to be fine. He'll probably put in another 7 for 70 performance. But Mark Andrews really needs touchdowns to thrive. I don't think he gets them in Kansas City.
Yeah, I need to move Juwan Johnson up. That role is just too elite. I don't care who he's going against. I had him at 10. That was way too low.
Yeah.
I'm moving up to 7. I think it's more appropriate, but
I mean, look, Teron Johnson came back last week and just absolutely did what he does and completely helped us solidify the back end of that Buffalo defense. I just still don't believe it. And who did they play last week? Was it the Jets? Who did Buffalo play?
They didn't play the Jets, or did they play the Jets? The Jets played Tampa.
No,
Bay,
just played Tampa.
They played Miami on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. So it wasn't much of an effort that they needed to shut people down. And of course, they get a much more difficult matchup this week. So I just think we're going to see, like you said earlier, another one of these epic Buffalo shootout games. We got to love them. We know that they can get there, but who catches the touchdowns? I don't think it's Mark Andrews. I think it's DeAndre Hopkins and Tez Walker and Rashad Bateman, maybe Zay Flowers.
Maybe Zay Flowers, but
Justice Hill is going to catch a touchdown or two.
Sure, Derrick Henry's probably going to rush for like 3. So
yeah, we'll see.
So now we come to the point in the show where we get to talk about Oronde Gadsden. You go first. You have him higher than I do, so
I mean, it's Oronde Gadsden season. This guy was, between him and Harold Fannin, they were like 2 of the most productive tight ends in the history of college football. I think Fannin was the most productive, but Gadsden's last season at Syracuse was absolutely ridiculous with Kyle McCord as well. Just go look up the stats on these guys. You can go on Twitter right now and scroll like twice, and you will find, if you're in these fantasy football streets like I am, you will find 7 clips of Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, anyone and everyone, the offensive coordinator over in Los Angeles, everyone talking about Oronde Gadsden, how good he is, how professional he is, how studied he is in the offense, how ready he is for this role. You see it. He steps on the field in week 3 for the first time all season, goes 5 for 49, I think it was. He is ready. And you know who he's going to immediately supplant? It's going to be Tyler Conklin. He already did it. It's going to be Will Disley, if he's even active for this one, because still dealing with an injury, didn't play last week. Some guy, I sent this in another chat. I want to find it. I think his name is Tyler Fisk or something. Some guy named Fisk got 34% of the snaps at tight end. These guys are just blockers at this point. Oronde Gadsden is being freed up to run routes. I know it's another mouth to feed, but I really love his chances to grow in this offense. Everybody in Los Angeles wants him to as well.
Man, you remember when the Chargers passing offense was just Ladd McConkey like 5 months ago?
Like 5 weeks ago, like before they signed Keenan 5 weeks ago, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm at 15, so I'm not as high as you are, but basically I'm almost there, So it's just, he's got to see the field, and he's not the greatest run blocker, so that might be a problem for him to stand in the field all the time. But when he's on the field, he's running routes, and that's all I could ask for.
Yeah.
So yeah, 15, 13, that feels appropriate this week. He doesn't feel like a flash in the pan like most of these guys do. He feels like he's legit. I forget who tweeted it, but I think it was round 5 tight ends with the yards per route run of over 3 in their first game. And I think it was him and George Kittle. So
George Kittle.
I like that a lot.
It was Gautieri and somebody else, like Scott Barrett or someone, tweeting within seconds of each other, both comparing in different ways Oronde Gadsden to George Kittle. So absolutely ridiculous stuff from Gadsden in his first game out. They want him to grow. Harbaugh said, I've seen this movie before. Who did he compare him to? I forget.
I don't remember.
He was compared to.
You may have
to look it up. So somebody in the chat definitely knows this. Jamie needs to know this. Who was Oronde compared to by Jim Harbaugh as a tight end? It was one of these. was it Vernon Davis? No.
Might have been.
But it was one of these lofty comparisons. So absolutely ridiculous. Could have been Kittle. Hey,
Could have been Kittle.
That's what it is. Jamie, I'm going to post that up, but I'm not going to read it. We appreciate you. Well done, sir. John says 0-3 traded Barkley for Adams and Bucky. Did you get enough? You did.
Yeah.
We're talking to an Eagles fan here, John. So
you got enough.
He's
it's
not going to agree with you. Yeah,
Saquon will have his game, so they'll make you regret that.
He will, yeah. But Bucky is undervalued at the moment. That offense is elite. They're going to need to rely on him a little bit more, and he's faced a few tough defenses. Davante Adams, as long as he's healthy, is going to get it. Jamie has crafted one as well.
I can't find it.
Yeah, it might not have been recent. People have been pulling stuff from like Harbaugh and everybody from the summer that I've been seeing as well. So it could have been like a summertime comparison. Patrick, as Ryan looks that up, says trade Chase Brown for Deebo. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Chase Brown's Deebo finished.
Yeah, we're a little concerned about it. I think he's going to be fine, but he's not what we wanted him to be. We drafted him to be an RB1. He's going to be a mid to back end RB2 for you, and he's going to be a lot more boom bust than we expect or even wanted him to be. Jake Browning is not that guy. It's hard to be Joe Burrow, but there is no Joe Burrow impression here for as much as we are hopeful about this offense. That said, Ja'Marr Chase can go off and score 3 touchdowns in any game. We know that this is true, but Chase Brown, he's going to get there when he scores touchdowns. So there it is, to Waller. Yep. Thank you, Jamie. I knew you had
just found it too.
Yeah, the comparison was to Waller, but we know what Waller was able to do in the prime of his career. So switching from wide receiver to tight end and absolutely just kind of going nuclear in that role. You got your head coach comparing. Was it Jim Harbaugh who said it?
It was Harbaugh.
Right? Yeah. So if Harbaugh's making the comparison, they're already talking about that role and how they're going to utilize him. And we saw it come to fruition in his first game. Do not hesitate. Run to your waiver wire right now. If Oronde Gadsden is available, pick him up. Do it. You might have to wait a couple weeks. It might not happen right away. Let's say there's an injury, Ryan. If one of these wide receivers goes down, it's Gadsden to the moon.
Yeah, he was one of the easier picks in rookie drafts. I think I have him on all of my teams. He was 4th, 5th round, profile like that, and now he's producing. So what more could you ask for?
Gotta love it. We're gonna move on because I don't want to talk about any of these other guys. You can see the list here, and I don't want to hear Ryan talk to him. But hey, we remember the graphic. So as we pull it up, we'll start with kickers first because who cares? And because they're listed first on the graphic. Let's pull it down and pull this up. Look at us. We're a professional show. Matt Prater first. Cameron Dicker, the NFL football kicker, is number 2. Spencer Schrader, number 3. Hate for Schrader, the number 1 kicker in fantasy. Loop because of the matchup, because they're going to get stopped a little bit more than we'd like, but points will still be scored. McManus 5, and then you see the rest. Brandon Aubrey. I don't know why he's always number 1. Green Bay is going to murder this Dallas offense and Dak Prescott. What do you think about this list of kickers? Any insights, or should we just move on?
I have Brandon Aubrey at number 1. I'm a homer, I guess. I'm a homer for long kicks.
How dare you?
I think he's going to kick 250+ yards this game and score 10 points. That's
a good point.
That's where I'm getting the ranking from, because he's automatic from that range. It's kind of crazy.
Fair. Because I don't care, I will move him up 1 spot.
There we go. I'd Matt Prater.
Let's go to the defense. I do not see how Houston doesn't have at least 3 sacks against Tennessee and rookie Cam Ward. I know that offensive line is improved, but that Houston pass rush is elite. Jalen Petrie going off last week. I think he's going to do it again against Cam. Calvin Ridley hasn't done jack squat, and now he sees Derek Stingley. Is it Derek? Is it Daryl? What's Stingley's first name? Is it Derek?
Yeah.
Derek Stingley. Yeah. And they're in Houston. Forget about it. Houston's my number 1. LA Chargers, the number 2 against Jackson Dart. Dart could do some things, but I don't think he's going to do it in his first NFL start, and not against this stingy-ish defense. Of course, we got the Denver Broncos at 3 going against Jake Browning and company. And the Green Bay Packers, Dallas will score, but probably not a ton. At least Javonte is going to be stifled. I think you see the rest of these names here. Ryan, any qualms, issues, problems? Things you like?
No,
What do you see?
I have a different number one than you. I have Denver at number one.
No.
I watched the Bengals last week. That's all I gotta say. They look lost offensively. I mean, I don't hate the Texans at 1. I have them at 2. Cam Ward looks like he has it, but everyone around him besides Ironmaner doesn't look like they have it. So
Yeah,
it's kind of tough from what to expect from him. And then I think I need to move the Bills up. I like my rankings. I think Denver, Houston, Buffalo is how I rank my top 3.
Okay. Yep, I like it. Against New Orleans and Spencer Rattler, do not mind Buffalo. They're definitely a top 5 unit. Minnesota Vikings at 6, just because they're traveling to Dublin. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, DK, they're not going to give them much of a problem. We saw what they were able to do against Cincy last week. And the Patriots at 7. Carolina's not putting up 30 points in back-to-back weeks. If they do, I will, as the kids say, Ryan, eat my hat. I will eat my hat if Carolina puts up another.
I've seen some crazy posts over the last week, so I'm glad he kept it tame of what to do when someone does that. Did you see Chuck?
No.
It was last Thursday. It's like, if Ollie Gordon scores an anytime touchdown, I'm going to text my ex that I love her. And he scored the first touchdown of the game.
I did see that. Amazing. Quick note here. I don't know if it's in the chat yet. Oh, it is. Andrew, appreciate you. Yeah, it just came through here. It looks like 2 minutes ago that Zach Charbonnet will play tonight. Am I starting Zach Charbonnet over Ramondre Stevenson in a good matchup? But how much will they use him now that he fumbled twice? I think he gets more run than we expect based on those 2 fumbles. But Charbonnet, a little hobbled coming in, will play against Arizona. Not a great run defense, but not a bad one. What do you think?
Look, I think the coaching staff likes Charbonnet more than they like Walker. I don't understand it, but it feels pretty obvious they do, especially from that week 1 showing.
100%.
It's tough. I mean, he looked bad in week 2. It was 11 carries for 10 yards. Kenneth Walker had like almost 100 or over 100 or something like that on the same amount of carries. I'm going to play Charbonnet. I'm going to move him up right now just because he's officially locked in.
Yeah, I think because the Pats are playing Carolina, I would lean Stevenson, but because it's a Thursday night game, it's nice to see what you have. Obviously, this guy goes in your RB slot and not in your flex spot because he's playing early, but that gives you the flexibility then to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your lineup. So whenever I have a decision like this, I tend to lean to the guys who play earlier because I can always manipulate my lineups. And Charbonnet and Stevenson is a true coin flip given their situations and what we've seen. So I agree with you there. I will go Charbonnet. Owen just got an offer. Kamara and Juwan Johnson for Brock Bowers. Do you do it with Fannin on the bench? It depends how badly you need running back help, Owen. I say no. But Owen, tell us your running backs. Tell us how badly you need this help. Ryan, what do you say?
I'm keeping Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want 2 Saints players on my roster. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, sure, it's looked better than expected. I'll give them that. Yeah. But what's the upside? I mean, they aren't throwing the ball to Kamara. What does he have? Like 11 targets through 3 games or something like that? It's ridiculously low.
Rather runs. This is what running quarterbacks do or don't do, is they don't check down to running backs. Their check downs are in the middle of the field because they're running all around. And you know who's in the middle field is Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, he had 2 week 1 and 2 week 3 and 6 week 2.
Yeah. So
I think the ceiling for Alvin Kamara is gone.
Yeah. I want to keep Brock Bowers here as well. But Owen, just tell us who you have at running back, and we'll give you a little bit more. Oh, here we go. Gibbs is RB1, but who else, Owen? Who else do you have at running back? Andrew says Charbonnet. Oh, yeah. So we talked about that one. And John 32 says Laporta, Juwan Johnson, rest of season. Laporta's getting the volume. I don't know if I trust it. A lot of mouths there as well. This is a lot closer than it was. I'm going Juwan.
Look, I was just trashing on the Saints like 2 seconds ago. but Juwan Johnson's target rate and everything about him is just so elite. They gave him the money. He's playing like a elite tight end. I got to go Juwan Johnson. If you ask anyone this last season, they would not believe you. Sadly
for our Juwan Johnson hopes, Taysom Hill is going to come back at some point. I mean, he's not going.
Don't remind me. He's going to play quarterback.
Well, I mean, maybe he should. Maybe he should. Probably better than Spencer Rattler. Here's our last one here from Owen. So he's got Dobbins, Scatterboo, Henderson, JCM, and Gibbs.
I'm okay.
You don't need Kamara. Keep Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers, he's going to look like himself soon. That leg issue, it's going to take a couple weeks to work out. It might be this week, might be next week. It's definitely going to be in 3 weeks. So he'll be good by week 6.
Now, Owen, I don't know if you have Davante Adams, but Ryan, I'll throw it to you because the FFU loves themselves in Davante Adams. Everybody in the FFU, we love him. Who doesn't? Let's say it's Brock Bowers for Juwan Johnson and Davante Adams or Keenan Allen. Do you do this deal?
Keenan Allen, I think he's getting propped up by the touchdowns a little bit. He looks great. I think the volume's going to even out. But if I could do it for Davante Adams and Juwan Johnson, I probably would.
Yeah. And maybe you can with the Brock Bowers name cachet. I don't think it's a huge step down, and you get a good player. Your running backs look set at the moment. Of course, injuries happen, so we know. But we appreciate that. We appreciate you, Owen. Good luck to you. Good luck to everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Adjust the Ranks ranking show for week 4. We appreciate you joining us. Just a few orders of business before we get out of here. We got a Discord. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere that we are. We got a link tree. Just click the link, join us, talk ball with us a ton. And you can get a free $25 if you pay $25 to play on Fast Draft. Just use promo code FFU. That's it for me. That's it for this guy, Ryan. That's it for this show. We're going to go watch some football a little bit later today. If you are on TikTok, go ahead and subscribe to the Fantasy Football Universe. Jesse Moeller will be over there a little bit later tonight. Pre-game, give you his insights there. The live popped off last night with Jesse as well. So we appreciate it. Do not hit the dislike button. Is there a dislike button? Go ahead. You can hit it. Hit the dislike button. Who cares?
The algorithm will punish you if you hit the dislike button. So
the algorithm sucks. The algorithm's already punishing us. So we appreciate you. I'm going to get out of here. What is TikTok? Jamie, you need to grow young. You don't need to grow up. You need to grow down. Grow young, sir. TikTok is where it's at, apparently. Jamie, debatable. Jury's still out. Jury's still out on that one. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. For Ryan, I'm Jeremy. We'll see you next time.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.